Hey guys, it's Gamby5874, and this is going to be my setup slash software review for the Elgato Game Capture HD. So first of all, with the actual hardware setup, I don't have that recording right now, but for the Xbox 360, since we could just use this picture right here, the HDMI in goes and plugs into the Xbox. It comes with an HDMI cord. I personally connected that one to the HDMI into the Xbox because that one is shorter, so you'll have more maneuverability because no matter what, it has to be near your Xbox. On the other side, there'll be an HDMI out slot that has to connect to your TV. I went to Best Buy, got a 6'1". You need an extra HDMI cord. That's the only thing you have to buy extra because it only comes with one. Whoa. And then it just only comes with one, and you have to actually provide the second one yourself. So I got a 6'1", I think, and then that one you could put. I prefer putting the longer one onto the TV because if you need to move your Xbox, depending on how close your setup is, you may need more room, or you could just do it however you need. And then on the other side is also the USB that you plug into your computer. It has to be plugged in for pass-through to actually work on the TV. So another reason to have the long one connected to your TV is you could just plug out or take off the HDMI plug from the Elgato and put it on the back of your Xbox. Also, note that if you have an older Xbox, you might not even have an HDMI port, so you'll definitely want to check that before you buy this. It would be under the component HD connector, whatever you call it, and you just unplug that and then plug the HDMI in. So you technically don't need the component cables anymore, and you just go into your setup in the Xbox, and then you just do it from there. It's very simple. Just go change the setting to 1080i, and then everything will be working normally. So go to elgato.com, support, and then from here you could download software for Windows PC or Mac. Both of them have the Elgato Game Capture HD. I personally have a Windows. Just click that. It tells you a few little random stuff about it, and then the system requirements. Now what I wanted to show you guys is, you might be concerned because I do have an older computer right now. I am getting a new one in a few days, so yay. Requires 4 gigs of RAM, Windows 7 or newer, and 2 gigahertz dual core CPU and a sound card. So my computer currently, I did upgrade to Windows 7. It had XP before, 2.2 gigahertz and 4 gigabytes. It does say 3.5 usable, but you just need 4 gigabytes just in total, and then with that you could run the software. Now it might be a little choppy. You definitely can't do the maximum settings with minimum specs, but you can run the software, which is one thing you'll want to know. So with the latest update, this is what I'll be talking about. I don't know if there's a number. I guess Elgato 1.2. You go in, you could have it screen like this or full screen. Full screen is nice. Eventually, after a few seconds, if you leave it there, you'll have a full screen view, and all of this kind of on the side will be gone. And then I don't have it plugged in now just because I probably wouldn't be able to run both Elgato and Camtasia with my setup, but I still can show you guys a little bit with the software. So overall, you have on top just the basic settings for it, just where you want the footage to go and kind of like what you want it set up for. You can have all these, it doesn't matter, it's not going to do all of them. Usually my standard one is MP4 original, and like this you just have the standard MP4 original. You could change it to MP4 1080p. I personally don't know if that's much different, but original is just the original footage, and I use Sony Vegas. But if you're doing all the editing through here, I assume you might want 1080p on that, and then just just little information about it. You don't need that. When you have it plugged in, it says Elgato Game Capture HD here, and you could change 720p or 1080p capturing, as well as brightness, saturation, and contrast. Now, when you have it plugged in, you have a display here. There is lag between it, so you can't actually play from your computer, but you could change the settings, and the settings will actually change on the TV, which is nice. So you can have it playing, and you could actually tell if the settings you're getting are are good or not. So personally, I know I can't pull it up now. I have like -5 brightness, +6 contrast, and around +40 to 50 saturation. My TV that I use isn't extremely colorful. It's definitely not the best. I am going to be uploading quality videos on my other channel, which is Zos Industries. I'll have that linked below and in the video, and then you could definitely check that out for, you know, quality for games outside of Call of Duty. I have Halo 4 and Gears of War that I'm going to be uploading, so that's definitely something you want to check out, so you could actually tell how much you want to change and how much you need to change from your TV, and not having to guess and do a bunch of quality tests. You could change the game audio. I have this down quite a bit because it does tend to be very loud, and I don't want to have to add an extra step in Sony Vegas. You could do live commentary. Click this mic right here to turn it on or off, and then you could change the input to either default or an external microphone, and then you could have it checked to automatically reduce game sound, which is good because when you start talking, the audio, you don't have to deal with balancing levels or anything. Live streaming I've not used or tried, but it's here available for you, and you could add some descriptions and titles to your game. Now, here is probably the best feature about the Elgato software. You have a time shift feature, so the instant you turn it on, it's technically still recording. So you don't have to actually be capturing footage to record gameplay, which I like, because if you're just kind of casually playing, you could have this on, and if something awesome or cool happens, then you could just go back, time shift, record that, and then you're set. The only downside to this is that it saves everything. So if I go to my desktop, I have some captured footage here. It puts it in a library where you go to one, and then you have the huge file of the entire save game clip. So that's one kind of bad thing about it, because you don't want such a big file on your computer, but you could easily go back and delete that. Also, one way to combat that from taking up too much space is after every game you do, you could just exit out the program, open it back up, and then the time shift restarts. But it's honestly not too big of a deal, considering you could delete it right after. Also, here you have the edit software. The only time I use it is to cut clips up if I need something at the very end, or if it's an easy cut, I just do a rough cut in this and then take that to Sony Vegas. And then once you do that, you can export it via any of these that you want. You could do directly to YouTube, or just save it to your computer for Sony Vegas. Now, in a video that I'll be uploading on my other channel, it's going to be a Let's Play. Or there's just going to be a gameplay one and a Let's Play for Gears of War. But it tells you my exact settings that I use. It is not perfect, so I'm just saying that now. I still am doing minor tweaks depending on the game. And, it's a lot easier to figure out good settings on this because you could actually see it through the TV. And then besides that, it's just overall very easy to use. Generally, just click capture, it goes from red to a kind of orangish color, and then just saves directly to where you want. You could have the sound playing from your computer, or you could just have it muted. I personally have it muted just so it's less annoying, and you can't actually play from your screen, so that's not something you really want. But other than that, like I said, it's easy to download. I'll be uploading quality tests or quality examples on my other channel, which I will link in this video, so you can check that out. But But overall, setup's very easy. Software is very nice, very easy to use. You don't need a CD or anything. And so far, I love this product. And so make sure you check out the quality videos if you want some quality outside of Call of Duty that you can work with. And then I'll see you guys in my next video.